Hi guys, Mel here from Starlight Haven Psychic Medium. Just thought I'd have a little play with some cards today, as I said I would. Now there's different ways that you can use cards, and there's different types of cards. There's tarot cards, your basic tarot cards that have the Fool, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, everything like that. Then you've got oracle cards, which are very similar, but they tell a story and they have more pictures, more wordings and things like that. For instance, say you were using, this is a tiny little pack of Rider-Waite tarot. So the very first card for Rider-Waite is the Fool, and that's in any tarot deck, is the Fool. Now you can read all the books on it you like, and it tells you what it's supposed to represent. The zero will represent something, the actual card, the reading of the card will represent something. And this is the difference, as I said, between working psychically and mediumistically. So if psychically I was reading that, then I would go to the book and say, okay, zero, the Fool, yep, I know that card means new beginnings, take a leap, you step into the unknown, all these things that I can get from the book. If I was reading it from spirit, then I'm looking at the picture and seeing what sort of symbolism is in the card and how spirit interprets it. So we know that in the Rider-Waite deck there's a little dog napping at his feet, so that could be that person's little dog has come to visit them. He's got a rose in his hand, he's got no cares in the world, he's got a little bag on his back of a stick there, ready to just step off this ledge here and take a leap. Now when you look, so for instance that's a Rider-Waite, when you look at say an oracle card, which are these archangel power tarot cards, their card, instead of being called the Fool, which is in all your traditional tarot decks, theirs is called the Leap of Faith. So it's still got the same number, still got the dog, a guy with his little backpack on. This time it's got some wording though. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, do what gives you joy. So I quite like these. So you can still use these as a traditional tarot pack, but there's more in depth in the picture. You can just look so much more into it. And a good way to learn tarot is just take one of the tarot cards or oracle cards to bed every night, have a little look at it, really study the picture. And then while you're asleep, your subconscious mind, your angels, your guides, your helpers will actually help you understand more meaning of the cards. So the cards do play a role when they are set out together. You can do 3 cards readings, past, present, future. You can do the Celtic Cross, which is a well-known reading for tarot cards. And it doesn't matter what pack. I mean, back in the olden days, before tarot ever came about, they used to use playing cards. So your kings, your queens of suits, they were the same as when you have a tarot card and you've got your King of Swords, your King of Wands, your King of Pentacles. So they're very, very similar. They've just evolved, going from playing cards to a tarot card deck to oracle card deck. But I do like these ones just because there's more in depth in the picture. So I can also see an angel in the background here helping out. There's butterflies and everything like that. So if I was doing, so I've got a second deck of cards laid out for me. So if I was doing just a general reading, you're going to shuffle the cards. Oh, now if one falls out, it's usually a good sign that that's the one that you need to have. 2 falls out, yep, that's a pretty good sign too. 3 falls out, then you're kind of a really bad shuffler, so try again. So the one that fell out of here is the 2 of Wands. So looking at it, there's 2 staffs that he's holding in his hand, and he's got the world that he's holding in his hand, and a beautiful rose bush growing on the side there. And there's new growth coming on the sticks. So it's fine to read what the books say about the 2, or about that card. If I got the book, I don't use the book. So the 2 of Wands is a tall man, looks over from a battlement roof over sea and shore. He holds a globe in his right hand, and a staff in his left hand rests. Another is fixed onto a ring. The rose and the cross and lily should be noticed on the left hand. So the meaning of it is there's no marriage possible on one hand, and on the other hand is riches, fortune, magnificent. On the other, physical suffering, disease, sadness. The design gives one suggestion. Here is a lord overlooking his dominion and alternatively contemplating the world. So, I mean, there's lots of other messages for that card. But to me, it doesn't tell me anything. So I would rather look at the card, look at the person's situation, look at what other cards come up with it, and then do a reading for them from there. I tend not to use the tarot cards too much. I prefer my oracle cards. So as I say, I do use this pack, the Archangel Power tarot cards. These are a Doreen Virtue pack. As you know, I do love... Oh, look at that. Around the wrong way. So this one is the Queen of Raphael. So the words are kind, understanding, giving, psychic. Follow your heart. A love of home and family. Trustworthy psychic information. So you can build on that. You can build based on what the words say. You can build based on what the picture is. So the picture will to me, would represent a maternal type figure. So it could be mother, grandmother, mother-in-law. And spirit will give you that notification of which one it is that you're talking to. But there's just so much going on. I mean, you've got beautiful dolphins going on. You've got a bit of rough sea in the foreground, and then you've got calm sea in the background. Again, they've got the angel watching over them. So we could say, okay, based on that first card I got, here he was looking out, wondering whether to make his decision. You know, the world's his oyster. What sort of decision has he got in front of him? And here's a card saying, well, actually, you've got all the decisions you need. Your psychic ability, you have got that knowledge within you. You can follow that dream. You can do that path. Don't be scared. Listen to your heart. It's saying that it's true. We pick up another card, Crystal Angel cards. Oh, we won't count that one. So we'll just give these a little bit of a shuffle. So basically today I'm just asking for a general reading for myself. Now, when you do a reading for someone, it is good to put your intent out there. What is your intent? Is it they want a general reading? They want a reading, a question to their answers on their relationship, a question to answers on their job, on their love life, on their health, anything like that. So do put out there. Today we're just going for a general reading. Now, if nothing jumps out at you, no card, you also get a feeling of when to stop shuffling. It's kind of like you're shuffling away and then you get this feeling, nope, that's enough. So the card we're going to pick, Kyanite, make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. Now that is very true. So again, if you weren't sure, you could go to your book. If we went to Kyanite and get the full reading of it. This card comes up whenever you've been putting your own needs last on your list. It is a sign of being overly busy and not feeling that you have enough time for rest, exercise, healthful eating, spiritual practices, and other form of self-care. So this card emphasizes that self-care is an optional but necessary for your health, happiness, and life purpose. Your angels want to elevate your life so you no longer feel oppressed. So again, look at that colour. So with that kyanite, this is a blue one. You can get blue and black in kyanite. So take into account, does this person need to be more aware of that colour? When I go over chakras, we all have different colours that we resonate with. And sometimes the colour of, like the crystal cards especially, is the chakra that you need to work on. So this one is also about communication, as it's a blue card. So communication is in your throat chakra, so blue. So if you're having trouble communicating, getting all your words out, then it may pay to wear some blue or put a little blue stone with you. We've got the Angel Therapy Oracle cards. As I say, look, here we go. Look at that. Flat out. How funny is that? Mediumship. And I love the back of these cards as well. This one says you have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. So if we kind of look at the cards that I've drawn so far this morning, they've actually been pretty spot on. And then we can go to the reading of it. As I say, I don't remember all the readings because I don't use the books. But this is a sign that you're connecting to one or more loved ones in heaven. The angels ask you to trust your feelings, your thoughts, and your visions about these spiritual connections because they're real. This is very healing for yourself and for others because it conveys peaceful and loving messages from heaven. Perhaps you'll feel or hear a message that says, I love you, I'm fine, I'm proud of you. You may be called upon to conduct mediumship for others. either in private practice or in public. Trust this calling, as it's a noble mission that helps thousands of people on both sides of the spirit veil. The angels know who is working from integrity and pure motivations, and they call such mediums into service and provide support, guidance, and protection along the way. So again, that's a beautiful card. But you don't have to go straight to the book. You can even get enough just from the words on the bottom. And also having a look at what's in the picture, what she's wearing. Well, she's wearing a pink robe, pink, full of love, and the heart chakra. Even though your heart chakra is green, it does have traces of pink in it as well. So another beautiful card. Then we have the messages from your angels oracle cards. Again, during virtue, but I mean, guys, whatever deck you're drawn to. Okay, this one is called Astara. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Now, I did a reading for a lady about a month ago, and I said to her, Spirit are talking about the stars. They're saying something about there's a certain star out night that's really, really important to you. And last night, the star was magical for you. And she just was like, oh my God, how did you know that? And I said, well, I didn't know it. Spirit told me. And what had happened was she'd gone out that night and she saw a shooting star, and she knew in her heart of hearts that it was her mum coming to say hi. So there's different ways that we can use the cards. As I say, you can do them past, present, futures. You can just do a 3-card spread. You can do the Celtic cross spread where you've got lots of different cards. I don't have my working with the light cards that I wanted to do today, unfortunately, because I'm not at home in my medium room. I don't have all my decks with me. So this was just a quick thing to let you know that, you don't have to use any particular deck. It's what you're drawn to. It's what pulls you in, what you can understand. And it's not about reading what's in the books and making sure that, you get it exactly right. It's about interpreting what the card means for you. So here's one, calcite. Busy times and multitasking. Take charge of your schedule during this busy time and honestly assess your underlying reasons for being busy. Now, you don't need to go and read the full details of the book about that. Have a look in the card. Get drawn into the card. See what else it says. And it does depend what your sitter or yourself, what your actual question is. But cards are a beautiful tool. And it's just a matter of whether we use them psychically by just reading them and taking note of what they say on them, or whether we read them mediumistically, where we're actually tuning in and saying, who is this person in the picture? What are they actually trying to say? Is there a number on the card? So like, for instance, with normal tarot, so here's a 10 of swords. So the 10 could be significant. Could be the 10th of the month. It could be October. If you were working mediumistically. If you were working psychically, then the 10 of swords would have a different meaning entirely. Same as, isn't that funny, the Queen of Raphael's just come out again. That's Mum. Mum always works with me when I do my readings. She's not one of my guides, but she is one of my helpers. So we have different guides and different helpers, which I'll go into in a later video. For instance, when you're at school, you have a different teacher for maths, you have a different teacher for English, a different teacher for music. It's the same with your helpers. You will get different teachers for different topics, different subjects. You have healing guides. Anybody can be a medium, but not everybody is going to be a concert pianist. So it is a matter of practicing. Practice. That's what they tell us when we're kids. Practice and you'll get better. It's the same with your mediumship abilities and your tarot card abilities, everything else. The more you practice, the more, I know what that card means, will come to you. You're like, I've had that card before. So it will come to you that way psychically, and it will still have the same meanings, but it'll just be a matter of whether or not you have someone that comes in with that card. Some people find the cards really hard to shuffle, so you can shuffle them this way, which I can't do. You've got those fabulous card players that can grab them, shuffle them like that, again, nah, not my forte. So for me, it's, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong to anything to do with spiritual work. It is your intent. Always have your intent from the highest purpose. So we're just going to finish off by picking 2 more cards, one from the Archangel Power deck. And there's none really jumping out at us. Oh, as she says that, and this one just jumped out. What have we got? The 8 of Ariel. Take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Now, how appropriate was that? Here I am talking about practicing, and what does the card say? Practice makes perfect. So that's Spirit's way of saying, we back what you say. And then to finish off, we're just going to do messages from our angels, see what the angels have to say. But yeah, there's just so many different types of tarot cards. And there used to be a thing where don't buy your own set. Rubbish. That is absolute rubbish. If you feel drawn to a particular set of tarot cards or oracle cards or anything like that, then that's the one that's meant for you. Sometimes word of mouth, you may see something like this and you think, oh, I really like the look of those cards. So you go and buy them and they resonate with you, or they don't and they just sit there. That's okay. It's what you are comfortable working with, what you are comfortable reading from. And it's the same when you're listening to teachings. Take what sits with you and let go of what doesn't. As I talked about in that short clip the other day, there's a lot of negative energy out there, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. Now, sometimes you can dive down the rabbit hole, but sometimes you can dive too far. So it's just about being very aware of it, protecting yourself, and only taking on board what sits with you. Okay, so the last card is Rosetta. You have a gift for working with people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. Now, we're all children of the universe. So again, a beautiful card. So guys, this is just a quick vlog just to say, do what suits you. Use what cards suit you. Work how you want to do it. You can read them from the books, so you can read them psychically, or you can read them intuitively. It doesn't matter. The right message will come to the right question. All the best. Take care, and we'll talk soon.